Good morning. The camera is shaking. Oh, why is it so unstable? I'm just doodling until I go outside. I had a day off. I was off yesterday. I had a medical procedure done, and I am still suffering some ill effects from it. So, it's not conducive to work. I have to have a lot of breaks. So, these are cars that I dragged through some excessive watercolor, and these are the shapes that I'm just outlining with a uniball signal pen. And I find this to be quite fun and relaxing, looking for these shapes and then making it into something, a creature or whatever. Oh, hold on, my husband left his car. There we go. Now we have sound. Just talking away. So anyway, what I was saying was that this card here was just splotches of paint from where I was using my brush to check colors and to just, feel like I wasn't wasting the paint. And then after it dried, I sprayed it with some water, and then I just let the color spread out wherever it would go. And then it dried again, and I just I'm going back through now with my pen, and I'm looking for faces and shapes. It doesn't have to be like a humanoid shape. Like this kind of looks like Patrick Starfish over here. So that's just all I'm doing is just going through looking for shapes, looking for faces. Like this right here looks like a fish over here, and like that would be its tail. You can draw the shapes in, give it a little detail if you want to. Like that looks like his eye right here, and that's his mouth. And it's not gonna be a perfect rendition or something. It's just fun, just having fun. So yeah, so that's all I was doing with this. That actually looks like a butt. And then I just did this card on camera, but I didn't have the sound on. This is something I was playing around with the other day. I was practicing brush strokes, and so I call them petal sites. So that was sapberry, and this is like a strawberry with an angry face. And this one, I was calling him apple core because this is supposed to be an apple that he's coring out into. And this one right here doesn't have a name yet. These two don't have names yet. So, but I was just having some fun with brush strokes. And then I went back with a Q-tip and I removed some of the paint from the center of them to draw the faces into. And then we were having like a drawing collab. My friend Divas up here on YouTube. She's a knitter. She has a daily podcast since COVID started. And so she posted some pictures over on Ravelry, and I picked one, and I'm just taking sections of that picture and trying to do landscapes now. I am new to watercoloring. I am new to landscapes. From a distance, it looks pretty good. Up close, it looks like a bunch of mess to me anyway. But it's my first attempt at a landscape, and it's watercolor and colored pencils. And then this was me trying to do a watercolor rock, and that looks like it has a face in it too. I'm tempted to go over that with my pen as well, because it looks like it has a face right here. Like that's the mouth, the nose, the eye could be over here. That would be the forehead. So yeah, this watercolor thing, they say it's easy, but it's not. All right, so then I dragged some more cards through paint, and I'm going to be going through these looking for faces as well, or shapes. I dragged the wrong side. I'll drag these again when I got some leftover paint. And like this one right here, this looks like some type of deer animal, and like this has the profile of a person up here. But then if I look at it this way, this looks like some type of cat on this side over here. So there's several, or this could be some type of fish. There's several type of shapes that I can pull out of that one. So that one's going to be fun. And this one, this whole card looks like a person. Like that's the neckline going over to the shoulder. It's like they're melting away or something. So this one is fun. And you see how it goes like all out of there to like it's just like they're just breaking apart. It's amazing. So yeah. So this is fun. If you think it's fun, I think it's fun. So that's all I've been doing. I had, like I said earlier, you guys didn't hear me though, but I had a medical procedure yesterday, and I'm still suffering some of the ill effects. Hey, this looks like a lip. Like it's barely there. And his nose churned up. See, just random shapes, random and it's not anatomically correct. Like this looks like a lip down here, a mouth. The nose is way up here. You got an eye. You're just going through looking for shapes, and you can just embellish a little bit if one's missing. Something's missing. If you want to go forward with that, you're just having fun, finding shapes. And that's all I have to share with you guys this morning. So I had some little bits of paper for like if it's something I didn't like it. So I cut it up into different pieces. And so that's something else that I've been doing is cutting up paintings that I don't like, or I just didn't even try, or I was just using it to test colors to see how they would blend. And so just cut them up, and then there's like shapes inside these things too. Like there's a face right here, like there's a mouth and a nose, eye, the hair is going back like that. There's a chin. So you could just churn your failures into other things that you could play around with. Or if you just needed a weird color for one of your projects to glue it into it, glue it into it. Or you can just give it to the baby and let her destroy it. Those are just some color swatches I was doing just to test out some paints. These are the Camel watercolor paints, and they are very vibrant. Very, very vibrant. I was surprised and amazed. I want to see if they got more. Give me another thing of it, because you never know. Because the tubes are like 5 mil tubes or something. So, but these colors are super vibrant, real pretty. And then this was I had written on the back of an index card, and I just doodled on it because the baby she pretty much destroyed the card, and then I was just doodling while I was on the phone. So that's why I always say my stuff is doodling. I don't consider my stuff like drawing, because I'm still learning. So I'm in my doodling phase, and but I have fun doodling. It's very relaxing and peaceful. So that's all. Oh yeah, I've been making. I showed y'all the yarn that I got from Hobby Lobby a couple weeks ago, and I have been making dish rags and cozies and stuff for the kitchen. They're not perfect because this is not something I will sell to someone. It's just for my kitchen. Like this was the cotton one. Let me see. The sugar and cream scrub something. They put the label over part of the name. I don't understand why company stores do that. You got all this room to put the label. It's called scrub off. Why put it over part of the name? And you could have put it back here on where it says free pattern on the label. You could have put it back there. And then this part here is to scrub it. And I got that from Hobby Lobby. It's the Yarn Bees Scrubology Cotton. And so I was just playing around with stuff. And like this is done in one piece where I did the first circle, then I did a chain of like 8, and then I turned it over. I pushed the chain down, I would turn it over. I counted down 3 on that chain, and then I started my second circle from the chain. And then at the end I just placed them together, and then I did like a half double crochet around the rim of it for a double-sided scrubby. I mean, it flattens out, or you could pull it like this to make it more poofy looking, and then you got the little hook right there. So you can also use regular yarn, I guess, and make a Christmas tree ornament or something. Who knows? But I was just doing little things to use up this yarn I got the other day. I don't like having store-bought purchases lingering from the box stores. So, and then this was some more of that yarn bee scrub. You can hear it, how rough it is. So I just used it. I only had one ball of that, and it's in the orange. So, but yeah, it's just like doing a hat pattern. Just hold on to it, do your scrubbing. But I did those. I still have um, this much of the yarn left, and so I'm knitting a dishcloth. I'm gonna knit these two into dishcloths, just basic squares. Um, Other things I've been drawing, I sketched out this. This is a picture of my cousin. She had posted on Facebook, and so this is what my goal was, to do like a little 10-minute sketch. So that was what I got out of 10 minutes. I don't know if I showed you guys. I think I showed you guys my little hedgehog with his mushrooms in the background. I did him first, and then the next day I did the mushrooms because he just looked weird just sitting on the paper by himself. So I am kind of doing my sketch a day, but I'm doing other things as well. This is one I did a while back, in 2019. This was like not too long after my mom passed. I did that one. That was how I was feeling that day. And that was, for me, that was my, it's like, like little Zen tangles as well in there. But that was how the colors I put on the card was how I was feeling that day. And then I found the face in the colors after it dried down, and I did this. So, but it's just to say that your art doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be, Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo. It just has to please you. Other people might enjoy your art. They might like it, like the things that you draw, or the way you draw, or the way you color. It doesn't have to be art school rendered piece. It just has to be something that you get enjoyment out of. It's something that makes you happy, because it's your art, it's your feelings on the paper, it's your vision, what you see on the paper. It doesn't have to be what someone else sees. And it has to be something that you like, that you want to do, and everything. But just drag some index cards. This is an index card. Just drag some index card through some leftover paint. Or if you just want to throw some paint down, drag some index cards, onto the paper. Like this. Looks like a guy. This is his chin. And it's like almost another profile in the hair. And just have fun. Just have fun. Just doodle. Hey, Paula. It's good to see you. I'm off work today. I had a medical procedure yesterday, so I'm still a little out of it, a little groggy and other ill effects that we won't discuss online on camera. How have you been? What have you been up to? Did you get into the chat room? Did they give you the password? I was curious about that. I forgot to ask. I guess I could Zoom. I just wanted to show what I've been working on for video update since I'm home today. And so this is, let me move this out of the way because I don't want any of this watercolor to get on anything. So I've been working on this blanket. I took this with me to the doctor yesterday, and that's what I was doing. I needed about one row. This row here is almost finished. While I was there waiting for my appointment time. And other thing that I'm working on is, that's what I'm gonna get tangled up. My son's fingerless gloves. So I started his fingerless gloves in the yarn he picked out when we went to Hobby Lobby. This is the colorway is, what is this called? There it is. Gray black. Appropriate. It is so soft. Very soft. And there's probably gonna be enough to make another pair. Probably gonna make a pair for me. But so I'm almost at the point where I got to do the thumb gusset. I am at the point where I need to do the thumb gusset. So I'm at the point where I need to do my thumb gusset now. So yeah, that's gonna be about, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll do 8. I'll do 8 stitches for the thumb gusset. And I do an afterthought thumb. I bind off, which is like a keyhole, basically like a keyhole, not a keyhole, buttonhole. I bind off 8 stitches. Then when I come back around, I cast on 8 stitches. And then I'll continue in the round and to do the rest of the fingerless gloves. And then I'll come back and I'll start my other glove to make sure they're matching up, because I don't count. I just eyeball it. I ain't had no complaints yet. And then I'll do the other glove, and then I always put my thumbs on last because I actually have to count the rounds when I do my thumbs. The grandkids are doing great. My Luna, she will be 2 May the 2nd, and Dre, he will be 1 July the 12th. They were each born, like Luna was born a day after my daughter Andronita's birthday. She's May the 1st. And then Dre was born a day after my daughter Marissa's birthday, because she's 7/11 and he was born on 7/12. So yeah, all my kids are doing great, and the grandbabies are doing great. She's actually with her dad this morning. She's probably still asleep because it's mighty quiet up there. And for those of you who are curious, the blood pressure log is going well. Since I couldn't take my medicine yesterday morning, they took my blood pressure at the doctor's office because you couldn't eat anything or take your medicine until after the procedure. And so they took my blood pressure, and when they took it, it was 106/87, which is good. And then my sugar was 96 at the doctor's office. So that was good. And then today, when I got up this morning, my blood pressure was 122/79. But my sugar levels went up last night. But that's probably because I ate late because I was starving. Oh my God, I was so hungry when I got up out of that place. And but yeah, leaving it right here on my desk at night. It's the first thing I see when I come in here in the morning. So before I start work or log on the computers or anything, I go ahead and I check my blood pressure and my sugar. So that's working. I just need to increase the frequency of, yeah, I need to actually do a check before lunch and a check before dinner of my blood sugar. But I wish I called the nurse, but she hadn't called me back to see if she has an Excel or a Word of this little printout, because this little printout is the perfect shape for like a little book. I want to do one for my blood sugar log too. It's not big and clunky like a full size notebook. And it's not super tiny like those little books they send you with your diabetes testers or that they give you at the doctor's office. I don't have 20-year-old eyes anymore, and I get tired of squinting at some of that stuff they give you to read. It's just irritating because I wear bifocals as it is, and having to sit there and try and read that little stuff is annoying. So what's been going on with you, Paula? How are your girls doing and your grandchildren? Did they send you an invite to the Instagram group? I don't know what's going on in there sometimes. Let me find a stitch marker. Yeah, I'll go on Zoom. I'm getting ready to end this, so I'll go on Zoom and then we can chat over there. All right, I'll be right there on Zoom.